Hello, folks. Here to talk to you today about a certain fitness phenomenon that's been going on for years, and there's a lot of controversy, but at the same time, it's just how you observe it. And that is fitness challenges. Got the notebook right here. I'll start reading off of it, so don't think I'm just looking at something else pretty. I'm just making sure that I get my notes and my times down. That being said, I'll start blabbering right here. Excuse me. So, fitness challenges, are they good or bad? You've pretty much heard of any of the intense fitness challenges, such as, the 75 hard, the even ones such as the 30 by 30 by 30, 7 days or 30 days with no sugar, or even other challenges such as, just involving certain kind of exercise or reps, such as, burpee challenges, doing a certain amount of burpees every day, 10,000 swings challenge, just like a month challenge, done that before. But I believe that most of these challenges are good. In fact, I think a decent amount of these challenges are very good as long as you use them correctly and safely and have the after plan set. So, why challenges are good, or why taking up or doing a certain fitness challenge, or maybe even a diet challenge, why is one of these good? Well, first off, challenges most of the time will cause change. Now, with 75 hard to be maybe a nice little example, or even I'm gonna go with the challenge that I did recently, which is I had to do a high rep number of certain amounts of get-ups, hops, swings, and other intense exercises like chair burpees and stuff. Those kind of challenges, especially for like a certain amount of time, I feel are pretty good because they will cause change, out of the usual norm of going in the gym and doing this. When you're doing most of those challenges, you're usually trying to set in that you're going to go into this workout with a sweat. You're going to go into this workout with some kind of high rep thing that needs to be done. And because of that high rep thing, it's going to elicit some kind of bodily change. It's going to happen. It's almost inevitable that you're not going to get something out of that challenge without coming across some kind of change, because it's difficult to get that high rep. It's difficult to do a consistently hard workout either every other day or every day, depending on what it is, or every diet change to where it's like you do that diet change every day. And the other thing that I like about these challenges is because it lets you know that you could do something difficult. Now, sometimes, we don't believe that, I don't think I can do 100 hops every day or 250 swings every day for 5 days in a row. You don't think you can do that until you amaze yourself and you actually do that difficult thing. Remember, we as humans are very adaptable, and doing these challenges are a good example to show how adaptable we really are, which is if we happen to do something difficult and we force ourselves to do something difficult for at least 7 days, or in some cases for at least 2 weeks, we realize, we really could do that. And we also start to notice that we can improve off of that we sort of get used to it. It's a little bit of a high phrase, but then after a while it gets a little bit low, and then it gets balanced out. It's like that middle phrase. It's just like, it's actually not that bad. But let's not forget that challenges can be bad. And here's all the main things that I see that challenges can be bad. One, if you do them incorrectly or you happen to go too hard. If a challenge happens to be exceeding your, fitness level to the point to where it's like you're supposed to be running 5 miles every day and you've not even trained to run 1 mile, that's probably not a good challenge. So that might be known as doing the challenge that may be too hard for you, or if you do the challenge incorrectly, like you happen to go for barbell stuff and you've never touched a barbell in your life. Please don't do that, or at least do it at a reasonable level, or do it with someone who will help you train you so you can approach that challenge with a good mindset. Another thing that I see doing challenges is that you don't have a plan afterwards. You see this trend to where it's like you see people do these challenges, like even for 10,000 step challenge, or maybe even 20,000 step challenge, to where for 30 days, your main mission is you get 20,000 steps. Well, that is awesome. And you see those awesome gains, your legs are a little bit firmer, your waist is a little bit slimmer, the snatch waist, that catchphrase. But you also notice how after a while, after they've done those challenges, guess what happens? They go back to their same habits. And then it's like the magic that happened during that challenge slowly vanishes after that same time frame, that same month. Or if it's real extreme, that same 2 weeks, that same week. The reason why is because people want to focus so much on the challenge that they're not focused on the after challenge. They don't focus on the after plan. And I think that's where most things kind of tend to go downhill. So my main thesis, and this is basically from other fitness people that I follow, Pat Flynn, for example, or other fitness people that I follow, is challenges can actually be very good because they actually create a lot of intensity, and that intensity can cause a very good upheaval to the point where you do get those results, to where you do see that muscle development, where you do see that metabolism increase. But you have to remember that you have to plan something after that challenge to keep that thing going increasingly up. Because if you happen to have some awesome gains, but then out of nowhere you decide that that's hard enough, and you start going into a bad diet, you start not working as consistently, you start to even have too many cheat days because, I went hard that 1 week, I can make 1 week to where it's cheat days. No, don't do that, please. You want to make sure that you benefit from that challenge. And I feel the best way you benefit from any challenge is that once you've done that hard challenge, you have a new midline to where it's like you do a certain amount of hard workouts, you make sure your diet's on point, and then when you feel like you need a little spice things up, you go back to that challenge. It's just like how your body adapts. If you stick with a certain hard workout, your body's going to stay that way until you decide to increase with a harder workout. Hope you keep that in mind. It's your boy Quan. Remember, challenges are good as long as you have an after plan after that challenge so that you can keep those gains or increase those gains or changes. I'm your host. Keep it in mind. Stay awesome, stay healthy, and deuces.